All right, let's give it up for Tony Reeves.
No, let's give it up for God, because he's the one that put this on display, right? So I don't want any of this to come across as boastful or bragging whatsoever. This is all about how the Lord let us make it down there, because I didn't think I was going to make it. It was one of those things that wasn't going to happen again for 20 plus years, and I didn't want to miss it, and the Lord worked it all out. So glory to God. So this is a picture on the drive down of the second morning. We actually left after church last week, and we drove down and spent the night in Bloomington, Illinois, and then we finished up the rest of the way. I made the kids. They were all great about it. They got up at 5 a.m. so we could make it before the Eclipse traffic clogged the road, because the last thing I wanted to do was be on the freeway while it was happening. So the Lord worked it all out, and this is, you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but the sun at sunrise, the day of the eclipse. All right, so here's a map of where we went, all the way down to Cedar Lake Campground, right across the border from Paducah, Kentucky. Took us about 8 hours to get down there, so the kids did good in the car. We got good fuel mileage, we had plenty of range, everything was good. We got all the way through, I think, 2 or 3 big fog banks, and we're like, oh, Lord, please let it be clear. We got all the way down to our freeway exit, and we were about 15 miles from the campground, and it was fog, solid fog. We went down there, and we met up with some friends. I'm a member of the Appleton Astronomy Club for many years, and we met up with a couple of friends down there that had a campsite. Went down there. We were just south of the center line for totality there at that campground. And as a veteran of many eclipses, my friend John McKenzie, who encouraged us to get down there for it, to not miss it, said that I'm not worried. He's like, I'm three out of 4 for not missing eclipses. He's like, this fog will burn off. And again, the Lord made that happen for us. So again, getting ahead of my slides here a little bit. So in the upper left, you can see Susan and I, and John is in the neon green hat. Oh, I did not click that. There we go. And then Terry, also a member of the astronomy club there. I had 3 different cameras set up. I didn't want to miss anything. I had video and stills going. And then the video you'll see is from my GoPro of everybody's reaction. That's the coolest part of seeing the awe of God's glory displayed in the sky like that. You can see Jacob there looking at the eclipse as it was happening as well, and Ryan, as we were getting set up. You can see the clouds in that small center photo there, all that fog that burned off. And then in the left there, you can see we poked holes in a piece of cardboard, and the shadows showed the eclipse in a reverse mirror image, which is an amazing trick in itself. So Psalms 19, 1 through 4 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech. They use no words. No sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world." That was never more evident to me than watching this. I mean, you can see God in all of creation, but there is just something magical about this event. Just God put it in our hearts to be absolutely amazed at this event. So I think the next slide is going to be the actual video of the reaction. So I'm going to click into that, and we'll let that play, if it wants to work. There we go.
Almost. Go brain up there.
Yeah, look over there, it's dark over there.
Look how dark it is around you. Yeah. It's dark over here. Look how dark it's around the edge. Look at this, huh? Is this eerie? Wow. I try to tell people, until you experience it, you can't. Right. It does definitely make you want to do it again. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There's so much more. Get ready to go. Stars should pop out any second. Watching until it disappears. Look at the sky all around here. All the way around. Look back here in the clouds and everything. Look at this. Look, color out here right now. Yeah. There's an airplane coming at star? Is that Jupiter or that's Venus?
It's kind of hard to see, but this little dot here is the planet Venus becoming visible to the naked eye.
Oh, there's some good prominences too.
I guess this is the diamond ring.
All right, come quick. Everybody quick.
Oh, wow. That little red thing on the bottom. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. Oh, the diamond thing is so cute. Oh, man. Oh, this is the other thing.
And you can notice the twilight all around us as well as we're in the shadow. All right, so again, the experience was indescribable. I have never witnessed anything so beautiful and amazing. And to know that God flung the universe into existence long ago and lined those planets up exactly, precisely, so we can see it. Contrary to what the secular news media wants you to believe, that is not random chaos. It is not chance. It is not evolution. It is an intelligent design by a creator who loves and wants the best for us. You can see on the left the wide-angle shot of the eclipse there. In the middle, that is if you look at the bottom center, that bright pink red thing is a prominence, a solar flare that is visible only during the eclipse without special equipment to filter out the sun's immense light. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the full eclipse, the totality there. The corona is the magnetic energy field and everything that the sun is throwing out outside of the actual surface of the sun. It is visible only during the total eclipse. So that is amazing to see as well. This really reminded me, this is the diamond ring. I was fortunate enough to capture a photo of this. This is when the moon was slightly starting to move off of the disk of the sun, and like probably less than 1% of the light from the sun is visible at this point, but it's still too bright for your unprotected eyes. It will still blind you. Just what a wonderful God we serve that he allows us to see this. And one thing that I took away from this experience, seeing the diamond ring, is just the small, tiny little bit of light was still too much. And it just reminds me of Moses when he asked to see God's glory, and he said, "You can see me as I pass by because it's too much for you." And it just reminded me of that example, that parallel in that story, and how I felt like I was glowing like Moses did when he came down from the mountain after this experience. It was just amazing, and so glad that the Lord worked it all out for us to get there and to be able to witness it in clear skies. So glory to God, and thank you.